What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you get notified of all the latest content as and when we drop it on the channel. Without further ado, let's get into this one. So, latest bit of news coming out of the WBC. Surprise, surprise, and that is that they are willing. The president has come out, Mauricio Suleiman has come out and said that if Jake Paul beats Tommy Fury on February the 26th, which is just over that's about 2-3 weeks time, more like 2 weeks time actually, just 1-2 Saturdays away, so not even 2 weeks. But anyway, so he said that he's going to rank Jake Paul in the WBC if he beats Tommy Fury. Now, to me, this is crazy from a boxing standpoint. It makes no sense from a boxing standpoint because basically neither man has really done anything in boxing, in the sport of boxing. I mean, Jake Paul, we know his resume. To be fair, he is only a YouTuber, so you can't really criticize him too heavily, but he's fought, a UFC guy in Ben Askren. He's fought another UFC fighter, and he's not actually fought a boxer as yet. So the idea of him being ranked is just absolutely ludicrous from a boxing standpoint. I mean, even if he does beat Tommy Fury, it only means he's beating a novice pro boxer. And it would mean him beating somebody who, no disrespect to Tommy Fury, I'm sure he works very hard, but he half of his fights have been against guys who haven't won a fight. So you can't have that, that as your sort of criteria there. You're fighting, he's beaten somebody who hasn't really had a real test or a real fight yet. Tommy Fury, because of his lack of amateur experience, is being moved along very, very slowly in the pro game. He's fighting real journeymen and what they could call cab drivers or whatever. And, he hasn't really been tested. He hasn't fought anybody remotely of note. I think one of them was one of Jake Paul's buddies, that black guy, and that guy even is kind of just a MMA fighter. He's not a boxer by any stretch of the imagination. And Fury, Tommy is a novice. So beating him is only noteworthy in the sense that it will be a bit of a black eye to the Fury family because they've been talking him up, and Big John's been talking him up and saying, my son's knocking out all his sparring partners, and my son's going to be this and my son's going to be that. But he's not actually proven anything in the ring. He's very much just a novice who's just fighting, journeyman at this point. Outside of that, I think his name's Anthony Taylor, who's not a real boxer, and then Jake Paul now, who's a young guy. But Jake Paul hasn't fought a boxer himself, so this will be the first boxer Jake Paul's actually fought. And again, for Tommy Fury, he's just a raw novice here. So I think it must be purely just a money move on the part of the WBC. I think this is just a case of, as they always do, any money making opportunity to sort of make a new belt or whatever, or give someone champion in recess or champion emirate, like all these bodies do. Any little opportunity like that they get, they're going to take it. And I think what they see in Jake Paul is a guy that can be a cash cow, a guy that brings a massive audience to the sport of boxing, a guy that can do numbers, a guy that a lot of the young people are interested in. They do follow him, they do watch his content and all this sort of thing. So Jake Paul is kind of a superstar in the YouTube world, in the social media world, and the WBC is probably thinking, well, if we give this guy a belt, we give this guy a title, then it's going to bring more eyes to our company. It's going to bring more sanctioning fees and all this sort of thing. And it's a money grab in my view. I mean, it's completely unfair to real boxers who who do have pedigree, who are good boxers, and who struggle to get fights or struggle to get rankings in these different governing bodies. To those fighters, it's unfair. But coming from the WBC, as absurd as it is, I can't say it's any surprise. We've seen them give preferential treatment to certain fighters. We've seen them give preferential treatment to Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, other guys, while they'll strip other guys of the title. So, we've seen them give favor to certain fighters and, give certain exceptions and all this sort of business. So it shouldn't really surprise us coming from the WBC. But let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about this idea of Jake Paul being ranked in the WBC based on one victory over over an actual boxer, and that one boxer being a raw novice in Tommy Fury? So let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. And until next time, it's MKO Pugilism, over and out.